All right. Hi, everybody. So Legends just got done with an awesome Yankees Indians game. So check that out. And of course, I mean, doing an MLB The Show, what a beautiful game. He does a great job. So I thought, well, usually we sometimes have our base, or a lot of times we have our baseball chinwags on Saturday, and I hope that's what we'll do tonight. So in the spirit of that, just gonna do a little diamond mine probably, or who knows, maybe I'll switch gears and do pocket pennant run or something, but something that allows for some talk or whatever if people were up to it. I know that people have been really having a lot of fun with the tournament that we're doing in out of the park and all that, mainly right now and other games. We'll be using that for Action PC, um, full count baseball, and what have you. So haven't decided yet where else I'm going to go with that. There's Dwayne Martz. We're looking forward to Dwayne Martz on Monday night. There's Nathaniel Advocate 8 Nate here. So hopefully we can get some folks on here tonight and do some chin wagging. So Diamond Mine Baseball, what an awesome game. And it's looks wise the exact opposite of MLB The Show. But that's all right. That's all right. You know what? The more I think about this, it's like this. I can watch some dude roll dice and move stuff. So, there's no crowds, no bells or whistles and that stuff either. So, Diamond Mine needs some love, man. And I was really surprised the other night. We did a exhibition game in 1884, and like 20 people hung around. It was really cool. So tonight we're going to just do possibly just something, this all-time greats teams, leagues, or something. And if Paul Fay shows up, who knows? We'll see. It's about 7:30 a.m. for him, so he should be awake. He's bemoaning the fact that there's rarely any Cubs games on here. So we'll do the game. At least the first game will be Reds Cubs. We'll see how far this goes. Whatever. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. Somebody who wants to come on, let me know. And you don't have to let me know. Just sit in the green room, and damn it, there you go. Put you on here. You could be a video kill the radio star and all that stuff. So there we go. A little homage to the Buggles. So 8 hours. He's 8 ahead. Okay. So then he's up. Hopefully he'll come in. We'll do Reds Cubs. And if he misses it, at least I can say, I did a Cubs game. Right? So I really, really, really want to start doing more with this game as well. Maybe one thing to get people past its more Spartan look is to maybe do some actual color ballparks in here, like ballpark images, because you can do that in this game. So have to work on that. Nate says better get a microphone or maybe not. Oh, you should get a microphone. I'd love to have you on, man. I wish you would come on, Nathaniel. It'd be so much fun. So please get a mic, and also, man, do some games, do some fun, start a channel, all that stuff. So I'm still waiting for the creator of High Leverage Baseball to reach out. I'd love to have him on the show to talk about his game, give him a chance to. A lot of us out here are kind of agnostic about it right now, and it would be nice to hear more about the game and things like that. So, invitation's open, mate. Of course, I could help you set up. I mean, why not? There's Aaron Reed. Aaron Reed, how you doing? So, you're going to see your team tonight. So, I'm waiting to see if Paul Fay pops in here, because he complains that he doesn't see a lot of Cubs games on here. And admittedly, I don't do a lot of Cubs games. Nothing against the Cubbies. And actually, Paul knows I'm a Pirate fan, and I don't do a lot of Pirate games on this channel either. So, so we're going to wait for a few minutes. So, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be really, really cool if he would come on and talk about High Leverage Baseball. What am I using? I'm using a Logitech. Actually, I'm just using like it's a webcam, and I'm just using its mic, and that's what I'm doing. Basically, all you have to do is pop. You get a USB mic, pop it into a USB port, go into Windows, and add that as a sound source, and you're good to go. Headphones are always helpful too, just so that way, if you turn down your speakers, your main speakers in your PC or whatever, and you're hearing through your headphones, and that you're not going to get that echo that can drive you nuts, and you turn out like me or something like that. That's yeah. There we go, Dwayne. $25 headset. It's like you don't have to spend a lot of money to do this stuff. I see some of these big time YouTubers, and I think it's like I think for some of them it's like, look how big my penis is, and they get these like super like amazing mics. It's like you know like a mic that you would see at Abbey Road Studios, and what they it's funny because the sound's compressed anyhow on YouTube. It is. So you can have great speakers. In fact, my main computer speakers are actually studio reference monitors. So they're expensive. But it doesn't matter. I mean, YouTube sounds good through them, but YouTube is a compressed sound format. And I don't understand why people use these mics that, you know, Pink Floyd would have used or the Beatles would have used in Abbey Road or whatever. Or Alan Parsons. Good God, right? Oh, you have tons of headphones and items? Yeah, man. Put them in there. Dwayne says he got his from Amazon. So, yeah, I mean, in fact, the headphones I use are cheap. They're cheap, man. As long as I can hear what's going on. You know, I'm fine with that. So, but I mean, I guess the big YouTubers have a lot of they have a lot of money to spend. And the reason I have studio reference monitors has nothing to do with streaming. It has to do with, you know, doing music. So, you know, I want the best fidelity possible, and what reference monitors basically are is, you know, when you're setting your sound and stuff like that, and you've got a great mix coming out of reference monitors, your mix is going to work and sound good anywhere. So these, you know, they cost a lot of money, but I use those as a musician. They just happen to be my main computer speakers as well, but they're actually powered monitors, so a little bit different. But yeah, so you have what? Can't you? Yeah, man, it doesn't. As long as, you know, speakers, you don't need anything fancy to do this stuff at all. You really, really, really don't. Dwayne's way fancier than I am, man. He actually uses his camera and stuff like that, you know, to roll so that people can see he's actually rolling the Apodice and stuff like that. So Dwayne, he's fancy pants, man. So you have power speakers? Yeah, powered speakers are cool. Good stuff, man. It's fun. I love every once in a while if I'm playing music, man, I love to like crank these up while I'm playing the synthesizers and stuff, and rattle the house. Everybody talks about guitars, man. Synthesizers. So guitars can rattle the walls. Synthesizers can bring a house down. Um, quick story, and then we'll get into some baseball. One of the many bands that I've been in and stuff. This was a few years ago. And so we were auditioning a new guitar player. And so this guy came in really excited, and he saw, you know, I had a rack of keyboards there. He's like, oh, man, you guys are wimps. You use keyboards. And I'm like, all right. I didn't say anything. I'm like, time to teach this boy a lesson, right? Because, I mean, keyboards have been in rock forever. I mean, you think of bands like Deep Purple, you know, that they immediately come to mind. And John Lord, buddy, I mean, he could just wail. Well, you got Logitech. That you're good, man. Logitech's good equipment, dude. Yeah, there you go. See, Dwayne's got Logitech wired headset, and Logitech is good stuff. In fact, on the new PC that I'm not using yet to do baseball, um, it's I have Logitech mouse, Logitech keyboard. Man, I love their stuff. Webcam that I'm using on this computer is a Logitech. I'm just a Logitech kind of guy. So Legends. Legends uses, he says, I've Dixie cups and a string. Awesome. So quick keyboard story. Anyhow, so this guy is like, I guess he's thinking, that, you know, keyboards, right? And it's like, you know, so I made the mention. I said, well, you know, Deep Purple. Well, yeah, I get that. Blah, blah. I said, well, you know, Judas Priest, you know, Black Sabbath, Iron Maiden. And I'm naming off all these metal bands that use synthesizers. But he was just, you know, he said, yeah, man, but I don't know, man. I think of them as plinky instruments. And so I've never been in a band around keyboards, but I'm here, so I guess I'll jam with you guys. So we did, and by the end of it, and not has nothing to do with my playing. I'm not. It's not that, but I think that this guy being in a band and hearing an instrument that he wouldn't normally associate with hard rock or heavy metal. After the end of it, he said, "Holy shit, I'll never be in another band without keyboards. I didn't realize they could do that." And it's like, thank you. So that made my keyboards very happy because they can get, you know, they can be delicate, they can be dark, apocalyptic, whatever. But anyhow, so, you know, right now, since I'm not using a big amp or anything, that's why I have, so getting back to Nate, it's the only reason I'm using reference monitors is really for music. But, you know, so the mics and headphones. I mean, these guys that use these mics, I see these big YouTubers, and it's like, why? You're really wasting it, especially if you're not a musician. You're really wasting the power of that mic because everything is compressed on YouTube. That's why, you know, if you download, it's like MP3, MP4 format, and they're compressed formats. If you're not going to see wave files, right, things that are saved as wave files and stuff like that, normally on YouTube, because they just take up an incredible amount of server space. So I don't know, but whatever. They got the money to spend. Good on them. Keyboards are wimpy. Yeah, he says, right. Carnival 9. Exactly. Right? Oh, my God. So, yeah, I didn't know where this dude was coming from at all. And Legends is a musician. So he knows, he gets it. He gets it. And I mean, I would just say this. Legend shared a song that he wrote, and he's a hell of a player, hell of a singer. I'd love to collaborate with him on something someday. So, but he gets it. He gets it. Yeah, man, just fire up Carnival 9, and then you tell me keyboards are like plinky plink instruments. Bite me and I got a Roland Jupiter 80 sitting to my right and a Korg Kronos off to my left. You can tell them that. Anyhow, where the hell's Paul Fay? Because if I'm going to play a Cubs game, he should be here. Yeah. So Nate, if you have all this stuff, plug in, plug up, man. Test everything. Really, you just got to make sure your mic's working and your headphones working, and then click on that link. So yeah, I love acoustic guitars as well. Just because I'm a keyboard player, you know, and I wanted to learn to play guitar just because, for phrasing, and I thought just for songwriting, not to actually be a guitar player. So everything was going along pretty good. I had a nice Ibanez acoustic. I know a lot of guys call them Ibanez, but I call them Ibanez. So Ibanez, whatever. Nice acoustic, man. You know, wasn't a Martin or an Ovation, but it had a nice sound to it. And I'm doing good, man. I'm feeling the love on this thing, you know, doing the open chords and all that shit. I'm like, this thing's pretty cool, right? And I mean, I'm formally trained in music theory, but and for me, like, I can look at a keyboard, I can visualize the whole thing, I can see the notes, whatever they are. On a guitar, on a fretboard, I can't. So I decided, maybe I should take some lessons. So I'm cool, and the dude's saying, let's hear what you can do. And so I'm just strumming some shit, C, A minor, you know, basic stuff, right? On all open chords. So if you're a guitar player, you guys know what I mean about open chords. They're easy. So then came the dreaded, okay, well, it's time for you to start learning some bar chords. I'm like, oh God, here we go, right? So F, right? And you got to deaden those strings with your finger. And man, I'd be like, just plunk, plunk. It's just sounded like shit. And I'm like, well, I don't want to be writing songs just in the keys where it's just all open chords, and I don't want to cheat. I want to learn how to play properly. But I noticed, so the other thing is being a magician, a sleight of hand magician, I need sensitivity in my fingers. And I'm starting to get these calluses like starting to build up. And I'm like, ooh, that's not good, man. So I sold the guitar and decided that if I need a guitar in a song that I'm writing, I'm just going to get a buddy that plays guitar. And that's what I did for the longest time. Now with virtual studio technology, I still wouldn't use a virtual guitar, like whatever. But the things you can do now with keyboards, now you can do actual guitar phrasing, stuff like that. You can even strum them, do whatever. So for songwriting, I'll put that in, and then I take it to guitar friends and say, okay, look, here's a little scratch track. Let's do this. But there's nothing like the real thing, baby, right? Nothing like the real thing. So webcam, look at that. So Dwayne is, you want to learn a guitar with one hand. You can do it. You definitely can do it. God, there's some dude that I saw on YouTube that was playing one-handed, and it was insane. It was insane. So, all right. So Nate is going to get hooked up here in about 2 weeks. Good. Maybe we'll get Nate on here and do some whatever. Paul Fay, if you don't show up soon, I'm not going to do this Cubs game. Well, I'll probably do it anyhow. But if anybody wants to come on, that's the reason I'm not doing Out of the Park Baseball. I like doing Out of the Park Baseball in OBS Studio, and unfortunately, you can't have guests on with OBS Studio. So that's why whatever we do tonight is going to be a game like this, or Pocket Pennant Run, or something that's silent, or something that is like, okay, like we'll have noise, but we can have somebody on. All right. There he is. So Paul, for you, if you want to come on, that'd be cool. I'm going to do a Cubs game, because you were saying that there's a lack of Cubs games on here. So we're going to do, this is an all-time greats league that I've had for quite a while. And Diamond Mind baseball, because it needs love, baby. And I wanted to go sort of retro to Legends, man. Legends, like kicking out the MLB, the show. And I'm like, dude, you can't follow this. So why try? Because you can't. Even as pretty as Out of the Park is, forget it. So I thought, just going to go full retro, and this is such a good game. It really is. So it's going to be the Reds and the Cubs tonight. Yeah, Reds and Cubs. And I'm going to put the link in the chat again in a minute. Look at this. So Carlos Yaz coming in and says, Salima said the only instrument I could not play was the skin flute. Oh, God. Well, neither can I. Yeah, I can't play that one either, and I don't want to learn that instrument. So I did. It's just no way. I'll stick with singing and keys, and I can play any sort of keyboard-based instrument. So harmonicas. You can play hammered dulcimers as either keyboard, or you can set them up for guitar, and I can play them on a keyboard. Not well, but I like to mess around with hammered dulcimers. So if it's a keyboard-based instrument, I can play it to a certain degree or another. That's it. Got to leave the guitar to the guitar guys, and bass. Holy shit, man. Put a bass on one time, just screwing around. My bass player, come on, man. I want to play some keys. And he really couldn't play keys, and I can't play bass at all. But we're like, okay, let's just screw around here. And I mean, guitars are heavy enough, electric guitars, but holy shit. This guy had a Rickenbacker, and apparently they're like lighter than Fender basses. Man, I put that thing on. It was like, whoa. Yeah, I'm like, here, take this. I'm going to go play keyboards now. Oh, my God. I have no, harmonicas are so cool, man. When you do that good inhale and get the bend in the notes and stuff like that, you hit those blue notes, man. Harmonicas are so much fun. A lot of fun to play too. And I never figured out like how, because you can't be visual with a harmonica. You just gotta kind of have to know where you're going with that damn thing. And I'm a very visual person as far as interfacing with things. So I don't know how I picked it up, but I'm no great harmonica player, but I can get through like Piano Man and shit like that, and whatever. If I'm in some duo and we're playing some Bob Dylan, and the guitar player doesn't know how to play harmonica, I can fake through that. But I'm no great shakes as a harmonica player. Just have fun. So Nathan says he has a YouTube channel that's going to center around disability content. We'll help you get set up, man. Dwayne's already given you some great suggestions. But yeah, man, real simple. You'd be surprised how easy it is to set things up, and even to set up your webcam. And I know I don't use mine right now, but it's easy stuff, man. You can set up virtual backgrounds, all kinds of stuff. All right, let's at least get a game started. I'll put the link in here again if somebody wants to come on. Again, no pressure. No pressure. Anyhow, good Indians and Yankees game there on Legends Channel. Good tight one. So like to see that. Not happy that my Pirates fell out of first place. Paul's Cubs are in first place in the Franchise Stars Baseball League. Oh, you're welcome, Nathaniel. Yeah, so a little bit upset about that. Oh, hell of a game. Hell of a game. And you're welcome, Nathaniel. Yeah, hell of a game. But I'm very, yeah, the Pirates. Well. All right, let's get to it here. Reds and Cubs. I have no idea who's on these rosters. It's been that long. So here we go. And welcome to Wrigley Field. Temperature game time is 60 degrees. The wind blowing right or left to right at 13 miles per hour. We have a clear sky here on Chicago's north side. And welcome in. All right, so let's see what we got here. Boy, this is a pretty seriously good lineup here for Cincinnati. We got Morgan, Roush, and Rose, Kluszewski, Foster, Perez, Bench, Larkin, and Dolph Luke will be pitching tonight. Let's see who's on this Cubs squad. Ooh, pretty tough too. Williams, Zimmerman, and Wilson, Sosa, Lee, Banks, Hartnett, Sandberg, and Three Finger Brown on the mound. So this is going to be a good, tough game. Holy moly, we got Paul coming on here. Hang on a sec. I got to put on my headphones now so I can hear Paul. So he's still in the green room. So we'll get you here in a sec, Paul. All right. Everybody, shout out for Paul. Hey, Paul.
Hi, everybody.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm still.
You should be here because I can hear you.
You can hear me. Yeah. Hold on. I'll change over. I'll go into my office. Get feedback.
Okay, no worries.
We're back in a couple of minutes.
All right. Hey, Tessier Ashpool, how you doing, bud? He says, Beatles, Harry, Carey, Eternal. Good God. Oh, my God. So, yeah, Diamond Mine Baseball. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? All right, so I think, Paul, we're going to just go, boom, there we go. And then we can add him to the stage when he comes back. So, hope everybody's doing well. We'll be returning to our tournament. It's just Saturday nights. Let's have a chinwag if we can. All right, here we go. So we got Joe Morgan up there, and Three Finger Brown is ready to deal. Let's get this one underway. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Joe Morgan, and Brown pitches. And Morgan wails it to right. Sosa has a beat on it out there, and right says, boy, that almost took off on him. Hit hard, but it's a fly ball to right. So 1 down for the great Hall of Fame center fielder, Ed Roush, notorious contract holdout player. Roush waiting on the 1-1 delivery, and here it is. This one is clubbed way out to center. Wilson drifting back, and Hack Wilson brings it down 2 away. Parallel league, Cubs think they'll win, but they don't have a clue. Oh, beautiful. Well played. Well played. Good stuff. How you doing, Parallel League? Good to see you. All right. And here's Charlie Hustle. All right, here's Mr. Rose. And here's the delivery. High hopper to short. And Ernie Banks drops the ball, picks it up, and throws just in time. So they do just get Pete Rose by a gnat's eyelash. And the Reds go quietly. We go to the bottom of the first. And leading off here, the great Billy Williams for the Chicago Cubs. All right, Dolph Luke. It's probably Luke K. I'm not sure, but let's say Luke. All right. Anyhow, here's the 3-1 pitch, and Williams hits this one well right down the right field line. And out of here if it's fair, and it is a fair ball. And Chicago on the board first. Billy Williams with the solo shot. And Chicago with a 1-0 lead. So, see, Paul goes away, and the Cubs get on the board. All right, here's Heine Zimmerman now. Luke running through the signs, and the 0-1 delivery. This one a high pop-up, right side of the infield. Joe Morgan calls for it, and 1 away, and Paul comes back. There he is. Hey, Paul. Paul, you're frozen in time, and
I'm here.
there you are. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Sorry about that. I was trying to do it.
No, no worries. See, you just missed Billy Williams hit a home run. So, Cubs leading 1-0 already. See that?
Go. Hey, did you see the result for last night?
I'm sorry, you cut out a little bit. What was that?
Did you see the score? They beat the Dodgers.
I did not. I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long couple days, so I'm just kind of getting my kind of recovering from all that. Work was nuts yesterday. So yesterday, Scott was his last day, and decided to just ditch.
Oh, I saw you say.
Oh my God, I didn't get out of work until 11 o'clock last night. So, and why I did a baseball game last night is beyond me. But I must love you guys.
We love you too.
Oh my God, it's I don't know. I don't have masochistic tendencies. I swear I don't. But it's like I was dead when I got home, and I'm like, sod this. I'm doing a ball game, and I did, and it was like, God, whatever. So yeah, so Paul, because the other night we talked about pocket pennant runs. So I didn't get to catch all of it yet, but I will. But you might want to let the lads know here that pocket pennant run is good for 19th century baseball. After all,
Yeah, I watched your game. I think that was just one of those games where many errors because I've played about 200 more 19th century when I was testing.
okay.
Are you hearing me? The feed.
You're kind of. Dwayne says you're echoing a little bit, and I know you're not echoing on my side, but I'm wearing headphones, so
Yeah. Maybe I'll put in a minute when you start playing again. Because I'm getting feedback.
okay.
Maybe I turn my Is that any better?
I can hear you more clearly, guys. Can you hear Paul clearly and no echo or anything like that? Please let us know in the chat. And it's like the chat's like just dead silent. They're waiting.
Okay.
I have to remember because there's no delay. I'm using StreamYard tonight, so should be okay. Nate says turn off your computer sound, but he's not wearing headphones. He's not going to be able to hear.
I'm going to put headphones on in a minute.
Okay, all right. I can play out the next batter and stuff while you're doing that.
Okay.
Like.
I'll just get my headphones.
Okay, all right, Paul. All right, Hack Wilson now in there. Chicago 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first, one away, and Dolph Luke ready to deal. Johnny Bench with the signs, and Wilson ahead of the count 3-1. Luke's pitch. This one is off the plate, and Hack Wilson looks at ball 4, so he'll trot down to first base for Sammy Sosa. The 1-2 pitch on the way to Sosa. And this one, a drive to left field and deep. This one could go, and it is gone. So the Chicago Cubs, 2 homers in the game and a 2-run shot by Sammy Sosa. And quickly, the Cubs 3-0 over the Reds. It's just opening day for these two teams. All right, here is Garrett Lee now for the Cubbies. 1-2 pitch on the way. Little liner up the middle. Larkin is on the run and makes a diving catch. Larkin with a great catch on the soft liner there, just in front of the bag at second. Paul, can you hear me all right?
Testing now.
You can't hear me? Uh-oh. Do you have your YouTube muted by any chance or something? Of course, if he can't hear me, why am I talking, right?
I could hear you.
Okay. All right. And because there's no sound in this game. So if you can hear, so you said you got some more accurate results in terms of errors and things like that for 19th century baseball and pocket pennant run?
Yeah, I played about 200 games.
Wow.
And I was having too what I thought was too many errors.
Okay.
Well, obviously, that's correct.
Yeah, it was correct. No, not too many errors, or you can't have no such thing as too many errors. in 19th
Yeah,
century,
because
and early dead ball too, actually.
yeah, same. Still echoing this. I don't know what's. It was completely. It was fine the other day.
Hmm. That's weird because the echo can drive you. I know it can drive you a bit insane.
Okay, you carry on playing. I'll try and fix this.
Okay, Paul. Excellent. All right, guys. Here's Ernie Banks and the Chicago Cubs. Both hits in this game, home runs. All right. So 3-0 Chicago, 2 outs, and Dolph Luke needs to settle down there. He's finding the strike zone, but not in the way that he wants. All right, here's Mr. Cobb. The count is full. Luke's pitch, and this one lined into right center. Rouse racing to his left, and Rose slips in front of him and pulls it in for the out. So Luke finally gets out of the inning, but Chicago picking up 3 big runs on 2 homers. We go to the top of the second, and it's the all-time great Cubs 3 and the all-time great Reds nothing. All right, and Ted Kluszewski will lead things off here. Dangerous hitter, Kluszewski. So the 1-1 pitching away from Three Finger Brown. This one, a ground ball. Banks ranging to his right, flips across the diamond, and Big Clue is out of there. So when you're in this game, if you double click on any player, I don't know if anybody knew this about Diamond Mind. You can look at his stats. You can go through the team that's up there, anybody's stats, look at his ratings, all that kind of stuff. So I'm also using this as a sneaky way to teach people a little bit more about Diamond Mind and what it does. Best damn play-by-play in the business, I think. So yeah, Dwayne telling Paul to mute YouTube. It's a good idea because if you've got as long as you got the headphones on, you're here with me in StreamYard, so you don't need to hear YouTube. All right, here's George Foster trying to get something going here for the Reds in the early innings. And 1-0, here's the pitch. And hard grounder between first and second. A dive by Ryan Sandberg, but this one will get through for a hit. And the Reds get on the board, at least in the hit column. All right, here's Tony Perez. All right, Paul, try muting YouTube because you're here on StreamYard. So you're going to hear me through StreamYard. I think the echo is, so on YouTube, if you just hover over YouTube, because you don't even have to look at that, you're actually seeing you'll see my screen through StreamYard. If you mute YouTube, the echo should go away. Of course, if you're talking, we can't hear you now. Now here, where's Alan Parsons and Sir George Martin when we need them? All right. So Paul, I will let you know as soon as I can hear you. Here's Tony Perez. And Brown steps off, throws to first. Lee reaches for the tag, and Foster just back in there. All right, here we go. 2-2 pitch on the way, and Three Finger Brown lets it go. Swung on by Perez. This one missed. Strike 3, so hang up a K for Three Finger Brown. All right, 2 away. So one of his middle names was Centennial. He was born in 1876, so little Mordecai Three Finger Brown trivia, and I'm sure most of you know why he's called Three Finger Brown, but I'll tell you if not. It was a farming accident when he was a kid. I believe it was a thresher or something like that, and he lost his index finger, paralyzed his little finger, his fourth finger, I guess you call it. And it gave him like a wicked curve. So sometimes you get those accidents. And what a great pitcher he was. And it was always a big thing when he and Christy Mathewson would match up. And so Three Finger Brown actually won one more game against Mathewson throughout their the 2 greatest pitchers of their time, certainly in the National League. Paul, how you doing there? Yeah, so what's the line from Comfort of the Numb? Your lips move, but I can't hear what you're saying. This is so weird because I mean, I don't have you muted here, that's for sure. This is weird, gentlemen. Any ideas? Any ideas? So, Dwayne, you've been on here with no problems, and we know Robert. Robert gets on here. So, Paul's gonna. He's got perseverance. That's something for about Scousers. They persevere. All right. In the meantime, here's Johnny Bench. Foster leads off first. 0-1 the count on Bench. Pitch on the way. Popped up back of third. And Zimmerman is retreating, drifts across the foul line, and makes the catch to retire the side, bottom of the second. And it's still the Cubs 3 and the Reds nothing. And we'll have Hartnett, Sandberg, and Brown due up for the Chicago Cubs. All right, here's Gabby Hartnett. 1-1 pitch on the way. And Hartnett gets a fastball, chopped to Larkin, and Larkin across the Kluszewski score that one 6-3. 1 away. All right, here's Ryan Sandberg in the box now. The 0-2 pitch on the way. Sandberg tries to hold up. Bench appeals to first base umpire, and the ump says he went around. So Sandberg strikes out. So Dolph Luke now kind of getting it together here a little bit, as he will face his mound opponent, Three Finger Brown. Also the nickname of a Mafia Don, by the way. 2-2 pitch on Brown. Luke fires and strikes him out, or as Paul would say, struck him out. Fastball in the inside corner, and Three Finger just couldn't find it, as the play-by-play says. All right, so here's Barry Larkin now. Leading things off here in the top of the third for the Reds, down 3-0. So early goings here, but Three Finger Brown pitching a one-hit shutout. All right. So again, the other thing too with these two tabs here in Diamond Mine Baseball, you guys can look at you can see who's on your bench, which is really, really nice. Look, there's Kong Kingman. Boy, you gotta love it. Kai Kyler, who should be on here, although one of those players that he's played for two clubs and was equally superb on both. But I see a lot of all-time greats leagues try to put Kyler with the Pirates, and he really, really belongs with the Cubs. There's Bad Bill Dolan. So Bad Bill Dolan, which that's kind of interesting to see Dolan on a Cubs squad, but we'll take it. Right? I think he was a Cub. Anyhow, there we go. I can't think tonight, so I'm reading. All right, so Brown looks in, and here's the 0-2 pitch. Hit in the air out to Hack Wilson in center. This one's just a simple fly ball, and taps the glove once and twice, and Hack Wilson will make the catch. All right, 1 out now, and here's the pitcher, Dolph Luke. Brown with a full count, and ball 4, so you never want to walk the opposing pitcher, obviously. So Luke aboard, and Paul, I see you, but I still can't hear you. Oh, my goodness gracious. So I know you can hear me, Paul. So if you go in your audio properties, try to check your mic input. That usually sorts it. All right, and as soon as Paul speaks, we'll all know. You're a software engineer, so okay, didn't know that. So why am I bothering to telling you what you already know? I can't figure out why I'm not picking you up. Nate says, Dwayne, you're on with Beatles. Did you have your microphone connected to USB port? Then plug your headphones into your microphone. Okay, thank you, Paul. Yeah, really looking forward to having you on here. So I can answer at least what I do, Nathaniel, is I've just got this Logitech and one USB port and the headphones and another USB port, and everything seems to be fine. So headset has okay. Oh, so for Dwayne's headset has a mic. Mine does too, but I disabled it because it's not a very good mic. This Logitech is a lot nicer and not expensive. So all right, where are we? Here's Joe Morgan. We are back at the top of the order, and the Reds with only one hit in this game. So I'll let you know when that comes up. In fact, it's owned by George Foster. 1 out pitch, fastball. This one popped up, foul ground. Third base side, Heine Zimmerman wobbling a little bit, but makes the catch. Love the play-by-play in this game. All right, 2 down now for Ed Roush. Roush, a left-handed hitter. And Brown from the set and the 2-2 pitch. This one, a roller back to the mound and a little soft toss from Brown onto Lee. As to jump into foul territory, the back onto the bag for the out. Score that one 1-3, and the Reds are retired. We go to the bottom of the third. And the Chicago Cubs leading the Cincinnati Reds 3-0 here. All right, Billy Williams leading things off. Billy Williams with a home run his last time up. And here's the 0-1. There's a bounder. Larkin is not going to get to this ball. Base hit for Billy Williams. So 2 for 2 with a home run and a single for Billy Williams. And here's Heine Zimmerman now. Zimmerman, nothing for 1. Williams, just average speed on first. So don't look for him to take off to the races. Heine Zimmerman popped to second back in the first. Right-hander comes the belt. 1-1 delivery. Hit in the air to right. Rose glides in and makes the catch for out number 1. Billy Williams will go back to hug first base. All right, here's Hack Wilson. Human beer barrel, this guy. And probably drank as much, too. 1-1 the count, and here's the pitch. This one dumped in the air down the first base line. Rose crossing hard, and he won't get it. Long throw to third will be cut off, and Chicago has men in the corners. So the Cubbies coming here to play some baseball today, and here's Sammy Sosa. So Sammy Sosa homered already in this game as well. 2-run shot, and here's the pitch. Swinging a hopper to short, and Williams goes for home. Larkin with the long throw over to first. They'll get Sosa as Williams will come in to score. So Chicago adds another. Paul, I know you can't talk yet, but you can at least hear, hopefully. And the Cubs leading 4-0. All right, this one's starting to get out of hand. Here's Derek Lee. Now, nothing for 1. Hack Wilson in scoring position at second. And here's Derek Lee, and here is the pitch. Hanging curve. This one hit well, way back into center field. Roush racing back and makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch. We'll score that one F8. And that will retire the side. But the Cubbies pick up another. We head to the top of the 4th inning. All-time great Reds, nothing. Zip. Nunca. Nada. Whatever. And the Cubs, cuatro. Paul left us again. He's trying, guys. He's trying. Yeah, Nate, anything that we can do to help you out, man? All right, here's Pete Rose. Batting in a number 3 slot, grounded out his last time out. Brown winds and deals long fly to right center, and nobody's going to get to this one. On the track is where it lands. Bounces up against the wall. Wilson plays the carom. Strong throw back in, and Pete Rose has himself a leadoff double. So the Reds trying to get it going here as we enter the middle innings, and here's big clue. Ted Kluszewski, nothing for 1. He's batting in the cleanup spot. Brown has the sign, and here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing, line drive, left field. Coming hard is Billy Williams, and Williams drops the ball. Rose will take third, and Kluszewski reaches on the Billy Williams error. Score that one, E7. All right. Paul, how we doing? Yeah, I don't want you to have the echo. I know that will drive you crazy. Hey, Mike, Sports Time Machine, how you doing? Mike, you're 2 hours behind there in Utah. So if you ever feel you want to roll up a strat game like I did with Tim with Pocket Pennant Run, I'd love it, brother. So if you feel like it, I think it'd be a lot of fun. So Paul, boy, I don't know, man. What do we do here? We got to have Paul because I don't want you to get the madness from the echo. I know what that's like. Working in everything except StreamYard. That's bizarre. That is bizarre. Dwayne, could we trouble you to just get on just to say hello? I want to make sure that my StreamYard isn't messing up. If you wouldn't mind, Dwayne. You just come on, or Mike, just somebody just come on and say hi. I just want to make sure that this is well, I want to make sure, Paul, just in case. just in case. So if somebody would be so kind, Aaron, you usually like to come on. Yeah, Mike. Let me put it in here. Let's see if this will work for Mike. At least that will help you troubleshoot a little bit, Paul. Okay, if Dwayne works, just switch to PC, not laptop. Okay. And there's the link once again. All right, I'll keep my eye on the game and one eye on the green room. Runners at the corners here now. Here's George Foster. And Mike, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine, Beatles.
And wow, you're coming through nice and clear, my friend. How you doing?
I can hear you just fine.
All right. Everybody, we got Sports Time Machine on here with us. So, Mike, what are you up to? What are you doing? What's
So if I'm hearing an echo on my end, how do you get rid of that?
You have to mute YouTube because you're hearing. Yeah, because you're on here with me in StreamYard. So just all you have to do is just hover over YouTube and just click the little speaker to mute it, or hit the M key, and that will mute YouTube.
There we go, sir. We're back.
Personally, good. So what's going on, man? What's let everybody know what you're doing. We got 12 people watching, listening, whatever.
I'm just going through our normal family stuff right now, but I've actually restarted my
we'll bring Dwayne on here.
Tournament.
Okay, cool. We'll bring Dwayne on. Dwayne, you're on here with Mike too. Hey, buddy. I hear you breathing, Dwayne.
Yeah.
There you are. Hey, bud.
You.
Thank you. Yeah, I would mute me too. I would definitely mute me. How you doing? How are you guys, man? So good to have both of you on here. So, Mike, family things, if you don't mind my asking, are things getting a little better? Or
I'm starting a new job next week.
Congratulations. Good.
So it's better than what I had. Just give me much more hours, make things stable, hopefully in a few weeks. We just have to get through the rough parts in the next week or so.
Good. Glad to hear that. And Dwayne, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Are you off this month or something? You're streaming a heck of a lot, my friend.
I've been off few days.
Few days? Okay. It just seems like in the mornings or something, like before I go to work, or sometimes I catch you in the evening. It's like, because I know sometimes you'll like have like a month off or something like that. Hey, Jeff, welcome in. So, what do are you pretty stoked for Digital Diamond?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to actually release Monday?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, they postponed it before.
Yeah, I know. I remember one year I was waiting for it, and he missed opening day like by a week or something like that. So
Parallel League says it's going.
Oh wow. Let's try Paul again. Paul? Oh, blimey. I don't hear Paul. I heard a little. So, Mike, would you be up for, or were you planning on doing a game tonight anyhow?
I don't know if I was planning to play one tonight or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not sure. So you haven't picked up Pocket Pennant Run, have you?
I haven't as yet. No.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun, and I love the fact that Strat's included in it and stuff like that. At least the Strat dice, you know what I'm saying. So, Mike, I never got to ask you. I mean, so you and I have never talked a lot about digital games, like purely digital games. I know you play Strat PC, but as far as purely digital baseball games, do you play any of those?
I play a little bit of Action PC.
Nice. Okay.
Thing I guess that a friend of mine, we're both playing hockey for a while before we
Hey, Derek. Yeah.
Before we started to play Strat, is if you read inside the instructions, it says that Action PC kind of what's the word called somewhere in there they say if the league average is 7 goals, remarkably Action PC will get you 5-2 or 3 ball games. Like they make sure you score the number of goals in the season, and we saw that happen a lot in the hockey we played.
Oh wow!
I couldn't get 12, 11, 13, 12 games. Like the game would automatically stop you and get the week average.
Hey, Beatles, that might be on your end.
I'm wearing
Yeah,
I'm wearing headphones. I can, yeah. So
you're saying you're still hearing echo from us, man.
yeah, and I'm hearing you guys like perfectly clearly with no echo at all.
I didn't know if it was coming back through your.
No, because because I have everything routed through these headphones. Nothing's coming out of these monitors. If I take these headphones off, I can't hear anything. So I don't know if StreamYard might even be just being weird too. So with all of this, I probably should have just done something on Out of the Park Baseball, and for that I use OBS. So, but yeah, I'm not, because if there was echo, in fact, so the way this works, I don't have YouTube up when I use StreamYard. So there's nothing. So when I'm watching your games or Mike's games or Legends or whoever, then I'm watching them on YouTube. But this is through StreamYard and sounds routed right through my headphones. So it could be StreamYard being goofy. Anything is possible. Because, I mean, here's Paul. He's a software engineer, and he's having issues. And these guys are saying they're hearing echoes from you, but I'm not. So that's weird.
Usually when I'm playing was using StreamYard, I found that using Google would work a lot better. So I know what kind of browser he's using.
I'm using Chrome.
Yeah,
so I use Chrome. Yep, use Chrome. Yeah, I mean, the two browsers I use are Chrome and Brave, but I use Chrome for this. Because Brave has all kinds of things that blocks this and blocks that, which Brave is good if you want to surf places without ads and whatever. And like when I'm watching you guys' games, I use Brave browser. But for this, it's Chrome. So I don't know what's going on, man. I've never had this happen. This is bizarre. I mean, I could end the stream and try to start it again and see if that fixes it. If you guys want to come back, I mean, we're going to leave the game up here. This is pretty easy to do. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and come back. I'm not going to restart or anything. I'm just going to end the stream and restart things. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. All right.
I'll be back.
All right, guys. Maybe we get Derek Bain on here too. He's with us. All right. Be right back, guys.